For those that I haven't met, my name is Bob Otter. I'm the founder and CEO of Citizen Aid. My background is in public safety. I spent 27 years in fire and EMS as a paramedic and firefighter. Last 15 years as an incident commander, specializing in complex incidents, particularly in what we're seeing over in this country, an active shooter, active aggressor, and how we mitigate those scenarios and how we most importantly get to the injured people as quickly as possible, because we know that in under 4 minutes, someone can die from a life-threatening bleed. So after years and years of doing that, realized that the only way we can save more lives is to empower the public to save lives before we get there as first responders. So I created the program Citizen Aid about 3.5 years ago, and basically put it in a three-pronged approach that is in front of the public. One is a free life safety guide that's a cell phone app. It's been downloaded about 600,000 times across the globe. The second thing is online training for the public. Just as literally emergency medicine for dummies, if you will. We have a number of different courses that we put out there, and we match every single one of those one for one. And we train U.S. school teachers for free. To date, we've trained close to 40,000 U.S. teachers how to save lives in their classrooms free of charge. And then the third program is that we can do all the instruction in the world, but we know that if you don't have optimized medical equipment and step-by-step instructions on how to use it, they're not going to do a lot of good. So we created public treatment kits, which are everywhere from international airports to professional sports stadiums like Soldier Field. We're in about 7,500 classrooms, K through 12 classrooms, in banks, restaurants, public buildings, and the like. So as the scenario in Ukraine started to unfold, and it became very clear the dialogue was the citizens being empowered to fight the war and to save their land, it also became very clear their medical infrastructure was failing. So we had a turnkey solution in Citizen Aid that we could immediately help. So we made our app available in the Ukraine. We translated all of our online training into Ukrainian, and we're working through Marius and Paula and their teams to get that training as widely as possible throughout the country. And then we have public treatment kits, like I said, that are designed with tourniquets and pressure dressings and specialized bandages, but more importantly, step-by-step instructions. So someone who's never held that equipment can use it effectively. And so we are now working with the 361 team to get those kits in country as quickly as possible. We have someone who's on this call, Mary, has set up a 501c3 nonprofit here in the United States. We've had numerous donors to Citizen Aid to try and to attempt to get our kits over there. And I'm working with Mary and her 501c3 to get our GoFundMe accounts funneled through her. And then we're going to get kits shipped this week with that training attached to it. So thank you, Mark, for sharing that. About 4 slides, which I'll put into the chat here in a second after there are any questions that sort of explain what we do, kind of where we are. How you may have seen us in the United States with some of the press we've gotten over the last couple of years and through the AP and People magazine and the like. And then sort of the ask of what it takes to do what we're doing. Our cost to get these kits built is about roughly $45 a kit. And we have a pallet of about 1,200 of them that we put aside that we can get there. But it costs a lot of money. And unfortunately, with the war going on, the products that are needed in these kits are in high demand.
Sure.
So we're lining up more pallets to go, but we're going to need some funding to do that. So Mark and his team have been invaluable in putting us and connecting us to groups like yourselves, and we're excited to save lives. But these kits are in extremely high demand, like I said, because civilians are being targeted and they don't have the medical infrastructure behind them to treat those injuries. And so getting these kits where they're needed is crucial, and to do it quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I'll open it up to questions. I gave you 4 years worth of work in a couple of minutes, so I'll open up to questions.
Bob, just one remark. The presentation, you need to upload it into the channel because you shared a local link. And maybe I would just love to add one thing. One of the refugees I'm having in my house, she had a yoga studio in Kharkiv, and now they transformed it into a training center for first aid. And she told me that in every city there are organization groups for this kind of first aid education. So this is and there are like hundreds of thousands of users. So this is a perfect channel also to distribute this kits and build up the knowledge there, and let the people self-organize to use them then in the right moment.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to getting this out there. I'm going to put this out for everyone to see. Any questions?
So besides the GoFundMe, what would be a game changer for you? Like what's your you have a magic wand in your hand, you got what you need. What is that? Besides the funding, like what is that number one thing that would just dramatically help you?
Well, I think if we could, one of the things we're trying to, John, it's a great question, is our training. We broke this down in the online training into 2 to 4 minute vignettes. We'd love to get that onto Ukrainian television as public service announcements. We've had it translated, and we think that that would be a widespread way we could get the information out there. And then obviously the kits, if we can get those distributed through either Marius's network or the hospitals that Anchor Freight is currently going through, they have public outreach out of those hospitals that they could literally hand these kits out to civilians so they have it at the ready.
Okay, just put that in writing and send it to me and Paula, and we'll get back to you. Thanks.